Hi everybody, welcome back to another crafting show with me, Avivah, your art director from the Ed Asner Family Center. Today we are going to be doing a super fun project. I know I say that every time, and I've said even this in the past, but this is going to be a really great project that you should be able to do with most of your materials that you have at your house. We try and make it very accessible to all of you creative folks at home. So you're going to be needing a few things today for our at-home batik-inspired crafting project. So Batik Art is originated from Indonesia, and basically what it is, traditionally they use wax instead of glue to create incredible intricate patterns on cloth, mostly cotton fabric. So today I'm going to be showing you a way that you can do it with just your regular old Elmer's glue instead of wax, because the wax that you need to use for, traditional batik is very hot, and we want to make sure everyone can be able to do this project. So I'm going to tell you materials you're going to need, and then we can get started. Here I have some acrylic paint that we're going to water down to make it a lot easier to spread across our cotton fabric. We have our Elmer's glue, of course, for our pattern making, and then a cup of water, a paintbrush, and a pencil to sketch out our design. So, actually, you know what also is important? I have a plastic piece of folder in between my t-shirt that I'm using today as my canvas, and the plastic folder is really just to make sure that your beautiful artwork doesn't bleed onto the back of your shirt. But, if you're just making like a regular cloth piece to hang on your wall, I don't think you'll really need anything underneath it. But let's get started. I have my t-shirt laid out. So when it comes to this process of choosing what you want like your canvas to be for your cotton fabric, I'm using just a t-shirt today, but you could also just use a piece, like I've said before, like a square piece of cotton to hang on your wall. But I also think this is also a very necessary material. I've got a embroidery circle here that just helps stretch the fabric and makes it easier to paint on. But if you don't have these, it totally will work the same and just as well. You could also use a frame to stretch out your fabric as well and just pin the edges. So what you're going to do is you are going to kind of, with a pencil, just trace out your design onto your fabric here. I have kind of mapped out what I want my design to be. I've got a little house on a hill at sunset. You can do any pattern you like for this part. This is really where you can kind of tap into your creative juices and make a really cool pattern. I did a very nice light pencil design, and now we're going to start basically drawing with our glue. So what you're going to do is just trace all of the little outlined design that you've made on your shirt. I've got my design all mapped out with my glue, and so now anywhere that I've placed the glue is where it'll kind of hold on to that white color in the background. And you can do this as many layers as you'd like, and we can chat about that a little bit after we finish painting. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that your glue is fully dry before you start our next step. So you can either whip out your hair dryer on like a hot setting and cool it down if you don't want to wait the full 24 hours for it to really completely dry. So I'm going to let this baby dry, and then we'll hop back into it. Now my design is completely dry. You shouldn't feel any wet spots running your fingers across it, because now is the time when we are going to be adding our watered down acrylic paint. You could also use like the fabric dye paint. Tie dye would also work just as well. You just really want to make sure you're using a paint that will not wash out. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is adding our design and, you know, try and stay within the lines, but if it goes over, it'll really still give it like a really cool blended look. So I'm going to go ahead and paint it. Right now, it definitely looks a little bit like a hot mess, but what we're really going for is to just kind of have those colors all slightly blend together so that now for our last step, when we remove the glue, we want to make sure that like once it's fully dry, the glue will kind of end up like giving us a white outline, which I'll show you once this is completely dry. I actually just soaked off my glue. So after our last step, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your fully dried painting. You are going to notice that some of the glue pieces are becoming like a little bit lighter, and then you're just gonna soak your shirt in warm water so that, you know, all the glue lines that you've made kind of just start to dissolve away. And then at the very end, you should be left with something like this. A really pretty design. You can see that all those colors kind of blended together in a really beautiful way. And now I've got like a really cool shirt to wear. Maybe I'll give it to my brother Wolfie. You know, super cute, a really fun project that you can do at home. And, you know, you can really like play around with it and make other layers, because now if you went a second time around and did another glue design on top of this, you can capture some of these lighter shades and even do a darker wash over the whole thing and have, you know, lighter shades peeking through. But we just kept it simple today. I hope you guys had a lot of fun doing our project. I certainly did. I always love, you know, getting creative with you friends. So if you did your own glue batik painting at home, I'd love to see. You can email it to me at avivah@edasnerfamilycenter.org. And also if you'd like to like have a suggestion of a craft, I'd love to hear it as well. You can email me that too. But these shows come out every Monday, so come check us out next Monday for another really fun crafting project. I'll see you guys next time. Maybe I'll be wearing my shirt. All right, see ya.